Hello! In this video, I'm going to show you how to use FIT and group itineraries. TWeb offers a selection of model itineraries that have been designed to match a range of interests and requirements. When such an itinerary is selected and added, it is added not as a package but in all its constituent parts, meaning that anything can be amended. To create a project using an FIT or group itinerary, select the client and click Create a Project. Enter the setup information This establishes the link between the client, client contact, and consultant in charge of the project and sets up the basic customization in terms of the heading, date, and pax numbers. Click Create. To search for an itinerary, first determine whether an FIT or group itinerary is needed. This depends on the client and is linked to the number of passengers. Group itineraries are based on transport in a coach with a driver and guide, with activities and most meals included. FIT itineraries are aimed at individual travelers, typically based on accommodation and car rental or transfers. There are some guided FIT itineraries as well, but based on a car or minibus with driver guide. Select as appropriate from the Search Services menu, for example, FIT itineraries. The default display is a selection of preferred itineraries, ordered by duration from long to short. These are the company's recommendations for typical itineraries for the destination. For each model, the search engine displays a heading, duration, rate, map, and recap. The rates are for reference, based on the rates valid for a default number of passengers and for a default date. Click Display Rates to see the rates applicable for the date in and number of passengers in the project. Rates are displayed for the whole itinerary, per person sharing and single supplement, as well as for all the optionals. The map and picture are the same as the map and picture appearing on the itinerary. The recap is the same as the recap on the itinerary, indicating for each day the day number, transfers and visits, meal plan, and overnight location and hotel, as well as a hotel category, with an O indicating optionals and an N indicating suggestions not included in the rate. Click on the heading to display the itinerary for the model. The same print, save and send options are available as for the project. See the tutorial on printing and sending the itinerary for more details. To send the itinerary for the model itinerary only, save the Word or PDF version first, before clicking Email this package, to avoid confusion with generating the PDF for the whole project. The rates on the itinerary are the same as under Display Rates. All the details of the itinerary, such as services, transport, and accommodation, can be seen. Once you have found the itinerary you need, click on Add to Basket. The Services to be Added pop-up shows the details of the services to be added, including availability. Confirm Add to Basket. In Service Basket, note that the itinerary appears as all its constituent services. The itinerary heading reflects the model itinerary added. Whether and to what extent the itinerary needs to be customized depends on the client. For example, if the client provides the international flight details, the in and out details need to be updated. It is possible to insert a flight, for example on the first day, replace one provider, for example Greywood, with another, for example Neisner Country House, remove a service, for example, the day tour on the last day, or any other change. Remember to take into account the impact of the change on the rest of the itinerary, for example, car rental locations or timing. If the itinerary you want is not amongst the preferred itineraries displayed by default, but you know the name, you can search by name. For example, to see the model displayed. Or use the advanced search function to display the entire list of itineraries. Maintaining the default filters, click refresh. To see all the itineraries for South Africa with a duration between 3 and 21 nights, note 61 matching itineraries found. Or filter the display according to duration, for example, from 3 to 5 nights, and refresh. Note that there are now only 17 displayed, all matching this criteria. And/or filter using labels pertaining to the area, consultant, country, itinerary, master tour, or transport. These criteria can be applied separately or combined. For area, it is not necessary to systematically select all the areas an itinerary passes through. Rather, select areas that are key to distinguish the itinerary you are looking for from other similar itineraries. For example, if you are looking for a short Kruger itinerary, if you are filtering on a duration, for example, 4 to 7 nights, the results displayed include Cape Town only itineraries. If you select area Kruger and add and refresh, all the itineraries displayed now do include Kruger. To remove a label added, click on the cross on the label. If you are looking for an itinerary combining 2 or more countries, select the country, for example, Zimbabwe, add and refresh. The display is limited to itineraries with both labels South Africa and Zimbabwe present. Itinerary labels describe the type of itinerary in terms of the travel experience or passenger profile. For example, camping refers to itineraries based on campsites and camping car hire, whereas city package are itineraries for a long stay in a major city with transfers and day tours. Classic itineraries are typical itineraries based on superior accommodation with character. The pace is not rushed. Comfort itineraries are also typical itineraries based on affordable accommodation and a pace that is a little rushed, with the aim being to see as much as possible in the minimum time. Cross-country itineraries are longer than typical itineraries, often with driving instead of flying and basic accommodation. For lovers itineraries are focused on a few magical places to see and enjoy, accommodation with a touch of charm and romance. Nature lovers itineraries have a focus on nature in terms of the locations, accommodation, as well as activities. Private game reserves include any itinerary that includes a stay in a private game reserve. With the theme, refer to itineraries where the entire itinerary follow a theme in the location, activities, and accommodation. With family, itineraries are based on accommodation, activities, and an itinerary pace suitable for children. With friends is based on accommodation for friends to share and be together. Off the beaten track refers to an unusual itinerary including seldom visited areas. A once-in-a-lifetime itinerary is an exceptional experience. These labels can also be combined. For example, to see comfort itineraries that include private game reserves, note that itineraries with both labels are displayed. For each country, there are a number of master tours, the most typical, differing according to pace, category of services, and direction of travel. Some have the same name in each country, such as Acacia, Hibiscus, and Bougainvillea, to make it easier to identify similar types of itineraries in different destinations. Select the master, click Add, and refresh. The itinerary is displayed with all its variations according to duration: 16, 14, 13, 11, 8, 7, or 6 nights. In terms of the transport label, if you select Self-Drive, click Add and refresh, the results displayed are limited to itineraries using car rental. Selecting Package limits the display to itineraries based on transfers and day tours. Selecting Guided Tours displays itineraries where the clients are accompanied by a guide throughout the tour. Here for FITs, typically in a car or a minibus. If you are in preliminary discussions with the client and there is not yet a specific request, you can select a model itinerary and email it to the client without first adding it to the project. Select the client, select FIT itineraries, enter the likely departure date and number of passengers if known and refresh. Find the itinerary you want and click on the heading. Click Save as Word or as PDF. Click Email this package. Select the recipient and add. Enter a message. Select the itinerary and send. An email is sent to the client with the model itinerary attached. And that is it. Thank you for watching.